It is 3 a.m., and sitting in the dark, a 3-day-old infant is screaming. Deep inside that newborn's brain, a cluster of 20,000 neurons sits entirely paralyzed. This is the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the body's master clock, and right now, it is completely blind. Just days prior, the pale gray tissue of the fetal brain was bathed in a rhythmic, soothing tide of maternal melatonin, a heavy, sleep-inducing hormone supplied continuously by the mother. But the very moment that dark red umbilical cord is severed at birth, that vital chemical supply is completely cut off. The infant is instantly plunged into a state of absolute neurochemical freefall, as the master clock is suddenly starved of the hormone it needs to function. The immediate result is a biological chaos called an ultradian rhythm. It is a raw survival loop of feeding and sleeping, where day and night simply do not exist. This erratic, sleepless chaos is a strict physiological crisis, the direct result of missing internal hardware. The first attempt to force this system awake comes from the environment. A nursery lamp flicks on in the middle of the night. Harsh, jagged waves of blue light violently flood through the infant's expanding black pupils. Deep in the retina, specialized sensors called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells capture these blinding photons and instantly fire electric white neural impulses. These bright flashing signals race down a newly formed biological highway called the retino-hypothalamic tract, driving straight into the center of the brain. While this visual input mechanism operates flawlessly at light speed, the raw sensory data is completely useless without a processor. This aggressive electrical storm hits a dead end deep inside the epithalamus, at a tiny, dormant, pinecone-shaped mass of deep pink tissue called the pineal gland. For the first 8 to 12 weeks of human life, this gland is structurally locked down. Because it is enzymatically immature, the structure stubbornly refuses to synthesize its own endogenous melatonin. The brain is successfully receiving frantic light signals from the eyes, but it lacks the chemical machinery to respond. The circuit is broken, leaving the baby trapped in fragmented, erratic bursts of wakefulness. The solution to this stalemate originates lower down, in the infant's gut. A heavy, nutrient-dense stream of tryptophan, an essential amino acid delivered exclusively through warm breast milk or formula, is deposited into the infant's digestive system. This supply surges through the infant's bloodstream, actively pushing its way across the protective blood-brain barrier. Watch as these microscopic molecules drift into the dark neuronal spaces, biochemically converting from raw tryptophan into shimmering, active serotonin. The gut has successfully delivered the necessary raw chemical materials directly to the brain, but the overarching system will remain dormant until the hardware officially boots up. Right around the 3-month mark of development, the biological timeline hits a critical threshold. A genetic switch finally flips inside the pinealocytes, suddenly powering on the dormant enzymes. Serotonin N-acetyltransferase wakes up, glowing with metabolic activity. These enzymes grab the stockpiled serotonin and convert it in real time, pumping out deep, cooling waves of pure melatonin. This newly manufactured melatonin drops down, physically washing over the brainstem. The chemical wave acts as a heavy dampener, actively silencing the manic, rapid-fire pulsing of wake-promoting neurons. The biological circuit is finally complete. The brain has successfully transformed chaotic chemical raw materials imported from the gut into the master controller of sleep. The infant finally settles into a steady, predictable 24-hour cycle. A functioning circadian rhythm is officially born. It is a process requiring millions of individual cells to migrate, differentiate, and wire perfectly together in pitch darkness. The infant's brain is now physically and chemically locked to the rotation of the Earth. But the staggering neurological precision required to build this biological clock is nothing compared to the violent, explosive geometry required to create the baby in the first place. To see how a microscopic, hollow sphere of stem cells miraculously folds in on itself to spark a beating heart and a central nervous system out of absolutely nothing, click the video on your screen right now.